You're watching Color 10 News at 10 in high definition.
Proposals in Jefferson City could let sex offenders take their names off of Missouri's sex offender registry. Good evening, I'm Ashley Katz.
I'm David Oliver. Good to have you joining us here at 10. One bill's sponsor says the registry needs some reform. New at 10 tonight, Kevin Schwaller talked to the family of a sex abuse victim who says these bills are a bad idea.
State Representative Don Phillips says if his bill passes, more than 1,100 Missourians would be eligible to take their names off of the sex offender registry. He says some people simply don't belong on that list. He gave an example of someone who may be charged after relieving themselves on the side of the road. We also spoke with the mother of a sex abuse victim. We concealed her identity to protect that victim.
We started our journey in 2011.
That journey through court is one no mother wants to travel.
He was 5 years old when it happened.
Jeanette says her brother-in-law sexually abused her little boy. It took her son years of growing to admit what happened.
The 10 years that he kept in silence and what had happened to him, no amount of jail time would have made that up.
Now Jeanette wants to be sure the man who pleaded guilty to sexual misconduct won't get a chance to leave this map and the sex offender registry.
Well, we're in desperate need of reforming our sex offender registry. We've got hundreds and hundreds of people that don't belong on there.
State Representative Don Phillips of Kimberling City is sponsoring a bill in the Missouri House. It would create a tiered system for gauging offenses. Some offenders won't have to register. Others will have to wait 10 or 25 years to try to petition for removal from the registry. The worst offenders generally stay on for life.
And so we agreed to a plea deal.
Let's go back to Jeanette. She says the time in court wore on the family. They settled with a plea deal, 2 counts of misdemeanor sexual misconduct. She says the original charges were statutory sodomy and molestation. The perpetrator got 2 consecutive 9-month sentences, and now she believes this bill could eventually let him off the registry.
The main reason that we wanted to do this was so there couldn't be another hidden monster in a family. All you would have to do is Google his name and see that he was a registered sex offender, and that's what we wanted to make sure didn't happen to another family.
If this law passes and solely based on the charges, Jeanette's brother-in-law could petition to be taken off the registry in 10 years. Now, Jeanette says she also wouldn't want victims to have to relive the experiences by having to appear again when someone is trying to be removed from the registry. Now, Phillips says victims would not have to come forward again under his bill. Now, the House has considered several similar proposals in the past, and there are a few more this year. The bill we examined here has cleared one committee and still must make it through the House Rules Committee before going to the House floor.
And we will continue to follow that. Thank you, Kevin. For people afraid of walking downtown Springfield streets late at night, there could be changes to make you feel safer. New tonight, Melissa Stern is live to show what student leaders from all of Springfield's colleges and universities are doing to make these changes. Melissa?
Ashley, these students have expressed their concerns about feeling unsafe in the downtown area at night. You can see the square here is very well lit, but in other parts of downtown, they're not, and that's what they're trying to change. But not only adding more lights, will it help catch criminals if they're trying to do something wrong? If they do, police will be able to see them full well in cameras just like this one. So tonight, students and city leaders met at this coffee shop you can see here and walked downtown to look for things that could make this area safer. Members of the Springfield Police Department led the walk and pointed out some areas that could use more lighting. Downtown is a vital part of the city, so the Springfield Police Department and student leaders want to make sure there is adequate lighting for businesses and public safety.
There's just always smaller things you can do to improve maybe aspects we've overlooked in the past, or maybe something that just hasn't come forward, that we can just always continue to make everyone's experience better.
With the increase of violence, not just in Springfield but throughout the country, lighting is a big deterrent in crime. Subjects and suspects can be seen on there with the use of cameras and surveillance cameras everywhere. Lighting helps us and assists us in identifying potential suspects, and also eliminates people too as potential suspects.
As you can see, downtown might be a bit brighter in the upcoming months, but there's no definite time frame yet. David and Ashley, back to you.
Melissa Stern live at 10 tonight. Jamie Warner back off the weather tour he was in Lebanon earlier, and you're back with some more rain chances tonight, right?
Yeah, and quickly I want to thank the folks at Cackle Hatchery in Lebanon for hosting our second leg of the weather tour. It was a great time out there, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think everybody else out there did as well. Let's take a look at what we have seen since the beginning of spring. Showed you this graph yesterday. It didn't get any better through yesterday. High of only 40 degrees. Average highs this time of the year around 60. It's been a very cold start. One of the coldest ever on record here in the Springfield area and across the rest of the Ozarks. But today we managed to make it above 50, 53 in fact in Springfield. Not quite to the average high of 61, but we're getting close, and some areas did hit 60. Joplin, Harrison, as well as Fayetteville, all locations that hit 60 this afternoon. Skies are partly to mostly cloudy across the area, but we are rain-free at this hour with temperatures slowly dropping to the 40s. Your Thursday will shape up like this. It looks like an opportunity for us here in Springfield to hit 60 degrees, partly to mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, and by the end of the day, showers coming into the area. That'll be another round of several rounds of showers that we'll be dealing with as we head into the upcoming holiday weekend.
Thanks, Jamie. A man from China sits in the Greene County Jail accused of causing a crash that killed 2 people today. This is the part of Highway 60 in Republic where it happened. Around 9 o'clock, a pickup truck and a car were crushed between 2 semis. 31-year-old Lee Sun is charged with involuntary manslaughter. A probable cause statement says the computer taken from Sun's semi shows he was going 59 miles an hour in a 40-mile-an-hour zone and rammed into the victims while they were stopped at a light. The Missouri Highway Patrol identified the victims this afternoon as 41-year-old Corey Gresham of Macon and 65-year-old Lawrence Cohn of Kimberlin City. Moments after the crash, workers from nearby Republic Ford ran to from their building to attempt to help the victims.
Your instinct is to get there and try to help. We yelled into the cars to hope that maybe somebody was saying something or there was motion, but it was pretty quickly realized that it was hopeless.
The most beautiful part of that tragedy was to see so many complete strangers just doing whatever they could to help, and there was not much we could have done.
Investigators say Lee Sun had also driven more than his allotted hours for an over-the-road trucker. Sun's immigration status is pending appeal. And a lake search for a missing fisherman is now being scaled back tonight. The Marion County, Arkansas Sheriff says 44-year-old Brendan James's boat was found on Bull Shoals Lake yesterday. Rescue teams looked yesterday and today, but the water was too treacherous. James's family owns a private dock just north of the Arkansas state line near Duggansville.
Also tonight, new at 10, police have now released thousands of documents about an inmate at the U.S. Medical Center for Federal Prisoners here in Springfield. You may recall, back in 2011, Jaron Loughner shot then Congresswoman Gabrielle Gifford and killed 6 other people. These new records show that Loughner was increasingly erratic and delusional in the days before the shooting. In an interview with police, Loughner's mother said she sometimes saw him talking to himself. His father told authorities, quote, "I tried to talk to him, but you can't. He wouldn't let you," end quote. The courts had kept those documents private until now, concerned they might interfere with Loughner's right to a fair trial, but he never faced trial. He pleaded guilty and is now serving life in prison. Also tonight, new at 10, police here in Springfield want men and women to consider becoming officers. The department is accepting applications for its next academy. To learn more about the process and the deadlines, visit our website, ozarksfirst.com.
In Color 10's political coverage tonight, Arkansas is closer to having a voter ID law. Today, the state Senate voted to override Governor Mike Beebe's veto of this bill. The proposal would require anyone going to the polls in Arkansas to show a photo ID. Supporters say it ensures election integrity. Critics say it tries to fix a problem that doesn't exist. The House must also vote to override the veto for it to become law. A vote is expected there tomorrow.
Well, it just improves the integrity of elections. I continue to point out in the veto letter that the governor said, he had inaccurate statements in my bill. He said it didn't address absentee ballots where a lot of the fraud is. That's not true, and I pointed out on the floor that we do address absentees. He's totally wrong.
Governor Mike Beebe said requiring voters to show identification before casting their ballots would increase costs, increase bureaucracy, and risk disenfranchising voters.
A new development tonight in Springfield promises to let you shop, work, and live all in one location.
Construction is already underway.
It's going to be something like they've never seen before.
The Ozarks companies that plan to open shop in the Farmers Park.
Also, you can follow Color 10 on Facebook by finding that icon right there on ozarksfirst.com. Then just click the like button on our Facebook page. Color 10 has more local news now at 10 o'clock tonight. A new development is underway, going up around a Springfield favorite.
It is called Farmers Park on Republic Road near James River Freeway. Color 10's Aaron Nolan is here with what this means for the Ozarks.
Yeah, guys, it's a part of Americana, a feeling of a smaller town years ago. It's a place where local farmers bring produce to sell. But coming soon to the southeast part of Springfield, a farmer's market is getting a facelift.
The sounds of building ringing through the air. A sight of things soon to come.
It's definitely a hot spot.
It's going to be something like they've never seen before.
From a market for fruits and vegetables to a community stop for us all. A new development on Republic Road near the intersection of Glenstone Avenue is taking a farmer's feel to the next level.
We wanted to see if we could put community at the center of this sustainability project, and that came in the form of the farmers market.
And so the idea of Farmers Park, Springfield, Missouri was built. Space for residents, businesses, retail, and even gardens and parks. But it's the center of this development that's piquing interest.
This development is unlike any development in the country, really.
That's why Studio 417 is expanding from clipping and cutting hair downtown to adding a new location on the south side of Springfield.
We knew that this would be an elite development and something that our clients would enjoy spending their time here as well.
And joining a salon is a prominent Ozarks eatery.
it's a lifestyle or a life experience.
Pat Duran will be opening a new 2-story Metropolitan Grill.
We plan on using anywhere between probably 30 to 70% of our whole ingredient intake will come straight from the farmers market and local farmers. 2
businesses that fit Farmers Park's mission statement perfectly, staying true to the Ozarks while building an experience never seen before.
Developer Matt O'Reilly tells me the retail space about 60% full. He hopes to keep most of those for local businesses. The plan is to open Farmers Park, Springfield, Missouri, in November. Guys.
Well, it's going up fast on there, that's for sure. Jamie Warner back in the Weather Lab now with a look at our forecast.
Yeah, okay, well, here's the good news. We're going to find milder temperatures. We're talking 60s for highs going into the weekend. Easter Sunday looking good, but between now and then, we're also going to find a lot of cloud cover, and at times maybe some locally heavy rains. We'll take you hour by hour through part of that forecast, take a look at your Easter Sunday forecast, and also take a look at maybe the chance for some more wintry weather next week. It's all in your full forecast coming up.
And now weather with Color 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner.
Well, you know what? Today turned out actually to be a pretty nice day. We actually got a fair amount of sunshine, at least in areas. I know when I was up in Lebanon, we had partly cloudy skies for much of the time that we were there from mid to late afternoon. And that helped temperatures. That pushed temperatures over the 50-degree mark in a lot of spots. Currently 47. Skies kind of filled back in with cloud cover. Winds fairly light out of the southeast at 10 miles per hour. But if you're out there with temperatures in the 40s, it'll get kind of cool if you don't have a jacket on. Now, the pattern across the United States is sort of quieted down. Here's our old storm right here. Looking out west, you don't see any real big storm. We don't have like one main storm to kind of hang our hat on. What we're going to find are a series of little bitty storms moving through the west and then moving through the Ozarks and interacting with a frontal boundary that's sort of draped across the area down, generally down to the south, like right around in this area. And that interaction between the upper level disturbances and that front will lead to rounds of showers and maybe even a little bit of thunder as we head into the first half of this upcoming weekend. So clouds are going to be a big part of the forecast, and rain at times will be a pretty big part of the forecast. Take you hour by hour through the next couple of days. Overnight tonight, not expecting any wet weather, just mostly cloudy skies. I think during the morning hours on Thursday, we actually could get a fair amount of sunshine as clouds move out quickly, and then we find partly cloudy skies through the morning hours. That may carry over into the early afternoon, but clouds will thicken up, I think, as we head through the afternoon from west to east across the area, with showers breaking out to the south and west across southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas, into areas like the Eureka Springs area, Berryville, I think, as we head past sunset. And then that shower activity really will blossom across the area Thursday night and carry over into Friday morning, and then that round of rain will fade away. But we won't be done with the rain. We'll just be taking a break from the rain during the day on Friday, I think, holding on to mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. Another round of rain expected Friday night, especially across northern Arkansas and areas close to the border here in southern Missouri. And then we'll find another round of rain, it looks like, Saturday afternoon into Saturday night as a front presses in from the northwest. Now, through 7 o'clock in the evening on Friday, you can see, generally speaking, most areas picking up between maybe a quarter and a half an inch of rain, with some areas to our south maybe seeing totals closer to an inch. And again, that's just through Friday evening. We'll see a couple more rounds of rain after that. Here's the good news. Taking a peep at Easter. Hey, I was seeing these guys earlier today, the chicks out at Cackle Hatchery. Here's the thing we're going to find, I think, on Sunday. Early clouds giving way to sunshine. During the morning, we'll see sunny skies into the afternoon. Highs should be in the 60s, and with light winds out of the north, it's actually going to make for, I think, a nice Easter Sunday. 37 degrees overnight tonight. We may not even make it down to 37. Given where we are in the cloud cover, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see overnight lows a little closer to 40 here in Springfield. The bottom line is we're not going below freezing tonight anywhere in the viewing area. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Late day showers possible. Looks like highs up near 60 here in Springfield. The best chance for showers would be toward the end of the day in the southwestern corner of Missouri into the northwestern corner of Arkansas, with that rain expanding overnight Thursday night. Looking ahead through the weekend, we've kind of talked about what to expect. You can see temperatures are actually going to be pretty mild. Wouldn't be surprised if we can get some sun on Saturday if we don't get close to 70.
Wow.
And then Easter Sunday, highs in the low to mid 60s with sunshine. Beautiful day. And then maybe rain to snow on Monday of next week.
A little bit of everything.
And that is not a trick there. I know that's April Fool's Day. That's the first day of April, but really it looks like some significantly colder air coming in and a chance for maybe a little more snow.
Wow. Okay. Thanks, Jamie.
You bet.
You know, they're Butch and Sundance. He does a great job of getting Alex the basketball where he doesn't have to reach forward. He's able to get his shots off quick.
Nick Carboni is next with sports. Why tomorrow's jury game is going to be a battle of backcourts.
And breaking news out of Cardinals camp.
And now, the Chevy Dealer Sports Report with Nick Carboni.
Louisville's famous Freedom Hall, the site of the Division II Elite Eight, is just 2 miles from Churchill Downs, of course, the home of the Kentucky Derby. And this year, Springfield's got a horse in the basketball race. Dan Lucy has more.
What a setting for the Division II Elite Eight. Louisville's historic Freedom Hall, the site of many historic Final Fours, and also the site for Wednesday's workouts for the Elite Eight teams. Drury hit the hardwood for its evening session with a bounce in its step. The Panthers have won 20 straight, and this will be their first Elite Eight.
Yeah, it's a great venue. Walking in there, you kind of just walk in like in awe.
It's been a great ride for us, especially on me, Alex, and Teddy's our last year. So just squad like this is something special.
Drury's senior backcourt of Alex Hall and Brandon Lockhart have led this team to Louisville and will be a big key in the quarterfinal.
Lockhart obviously, they're Butch and Sundance. He does a great job of getting Alex the basketball where he doesn't have to reach for it and he's able to get his shots off quick.
The Pacers have won 10 of their last 11 games, and like Drury, South Carolina Aiken has an experienced backcourt led by senior guard Ramon Nelson, who averaged nearly 19 points per game in their 3 regional contests.
We want to stick with our same game plan, as far as intensity and pressing the ball full court. We hear that they got a couple of shooters, a nice point guard. So we've been watching a lot of film, and we got I think our coaches got something for us to do for them.
You got to go out and play ball. You got 2 very good basketball teams who I think are very similar and want to do some of the same things. And I think it's going to be whoever wins that glass and whoever can get some stops. It's going to be a team that can be, on top.
Drury's game here at Freedom Hall is the last of the night. It tips off at 7:30 Springfield time, so it's critical that both the Panthers and the Pacers don't get too hyped up too early. Obviously, that's easier said than done. And Louisville at the Elite Eight, I'm Dan Lucy, Color 10 Sports.
All right, Dan, and good luck to the Panthers tomorrow. Meanwhile, March baseball also upon us, and Missouri State would like it to be over. Yesterday's game against Kansas postponed. Friday's Valley opener against Indiana State changed from 6:30 to 4. Today's game against SEMO moved from 3 to 3:30 so the players could shovel the snow off the field. They did a good job. So did Travis McCormick on that grab, robbing Dalton Hewitt of a hit, helping out his buddy Tyler Thompson on the hill. But Thompson in trouble, bases loaded, 1 out, gets Ryan Barnes. A little more help from the defense here. Brandon Baguetto pokes it to right field. Trey Massenberg tracks it down out of the jam. Bottom half, 2 on for Luke Voigt, and the catcher just crushes this one to left field. His second home run of the year, a 3-run job. It's 3-0 Bears. A couple batters later, Keenan Maddox, Kibo, gonna drop it in right inside the chalk, a 2-run double, and the Bears go on to win 11-4. Breaking sports news tonight, the St. Louis Cardinals and opening day starter Adam Wainwright have reportedly reached a 5-year extension through 2018 worth $97.5 million. That would be the biggest contract ever for a Cards pitcher. Cardinals hosting a group of poor minor leaguers from the Nationals today. That includes Taylor Jordan, pretty good prospect, but facing a lineup full of big leaguers today. Alan Craig, one of them, he just got signed to an extension. Through the left side there, 2-run score, and it's 2-0 Birds. Later, Shane Robinson, going to be the 4th outfielder on this team. Drives another run home, and the Birds are up 4-0 later. Daniel Descalso probably going to have to play a lot of second base at the beginning of the year. Chain reaction from David Freese's trip to the DL. He goes opposite field. Jordan gave up 7 earned runs, and the Cards win 10-1. Royals splitting squads today. They lose an afternoon tilt 9-1 to Milwaukee. Lorenzo Cain, though, Mike Moustakas, Salvador Perez, and Alex Gordon all hit homers in the nightcap against the Cubbies. The Royals holding a late lead. James Shields gave up 2 runs in 5 innings of work. And big news out of Miami. They played Chicago today in the NBA. Miami's win streak is over 27, 6 short of the Lakers' record.
Interesting. Thanks, Nick.
And we'll be right back.
are tonight's winning lottery numbers. Color 10 News will continue in a moment.
Well, Jamie, you came back from Lebanon with no chickens for Easter.
Chickens. Surprise! Yeah, no chickens. But it looks like I did come back with some beautiful weather, temperature-wise, going into the weekend. We will find periods of showers.
That's our show. Good night.